Let's go.
That is OBS. What's up, y'all? Yeah, um, I've been sharing a little bit about this on the chat, and if I look different, my mustache is gone. I'm now a father, and my baby was crying every time I kissed her, so shave the mustache. Um, but yeah, and I'm excited that let me see. Yeah, Ivano, I know that you use OBS, Stream Deck, and things like that. So exciting that he's here because I think he might actually have way more knowledge than I do because I just started using this um like 45 days ago. But I realized that, literally with the click of a button, I can go from just having conversation with someone and my Zoom calls literally just like amplify instantly. And just by literally implementing this process in the past 35, 40 days, I've added an extra like 150,000 ARR. So it's not a lot, but it's still like people are impressed. I don't have to fumble and slow down. So I put a little presentation for us today on how to instantly upgrade. And let me actually, because I think everyone is spotlight. That's better, right? Y'all can now see.
Yeah, now we can see a big.
Beautiful. So yeah, I put a little presentation, essentially how to instantly upgrade your virtual presentations. So you go from, and let me change my mic to my other mic. Boom. So how to go from Zoom Fumbles to Seamless Pro. And Paul, this is this is for you, Paul, because you mentioned that you're going to be doing a webinar. But today's presentation is for you if you host one-on-one calls. So, like I said, for me, in 30 something days of implementing this, it added 150,000 ARR by just having my one-on-one calls and being able to seamlessly go from different screens without having to say, "Hey, hold on, let me share screen." So this is for you if you do one-on-one calls. This is for you if you host group calls. In this case, for example, imagine if Gus and Joe, whenever they're doing one of these calls, instead of saying, "Where's my Pobot?" Okay, one sec, let me share screen, find my Pobot. They just click this and they click one more button in their Stream Deck and their Pobot instantly shows up. So there's no lag time. That would obviously, like, we're okay with waiting, but if they were in a webinar, it would be much better if they were to do it in a streamlined way. And then, of course, for webinars, being able to seamlessly go through content is key, right? And then for me and Joey, I don't know what your YouTube videos currently look like. For me, I was able to record a 3 hour full A to Z course by jumping between different scenes, jumping onto my computer. I would basically map things out for people. I would go to this screen whenever I needed to like have them really focus, and then I would go to a screen like this when I'm jumping onto the platform. But previously, if I wanted to do something like that, I would have to literally have my camera record this, then record my screen, and probably have another screen. And then I'd have to go into Final Cut Pro or CapCut, piece everything together. It would take me 10 hours of post edit compared to now with the click of a couple buttons. I'm able to do that seamlessly and not even need an editor. Joey, I'm sure you have an editor, but you could probably make their life a little bit easier with some of these things. Um, and for courses, like I said, for me. So if that's y'all, then cool, you're in the right place, and this will be a worthwhile presentation for y'all. And I want to ask, has anyone ever said this? Hold on, let me share my screen. Like all of us have, like without something like this, I literally have to say, 1 second, y'all, let me share screen, and I have to go find the thing, and I'll demo this in a minute so we see the stark difference. But all of us have said this before. And when you do this, especially if you're in some type of live setting where there's an audience, not in this mastermind, I think y'all would be open to waiting. But if you're doing a webinar, anything like that, you're going to lose people's attention, you're going to lose authority, and you're going to lose momentum. I can't tell you how many times before this. So I run two companies. I'm the technical person in both of the companies, and then I have my business partners are like the faces of the company. And I can't tell you how many times we've been my business partner have them in peak high energy, and the second that they have to transition to anything technical, let me show you a video of the retreat, anything like that, they fumble and they mess things up. They click the wrong thing. And all of a sudden we went from peak energy to just low energy. They have to watch the thing and now we have to work it back up leading up to a pitch. And obviously that messes with conversion rates. So we don't want that, of course. We want to keep people in peak and be professional. Um, so I want to show y'all real quick the difference between this and there's I'm not dissing on this little kid, but no pro setup on the left. It's adorable. It still works. You're all of you are probably more successful than I am, and you've gotten to where you are and you still get amazing results. But what would happen if you show up with a pro setup that's badass and it works way better than what you're currently doing? I'm sure you would produce better results than what you're already doing, which is probably extraordinary, right? So I want to show y'all real quick. So, little demo time. Gonna go back to this. Imagine I don't have OBS, right? So, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to today's session. I'm super excited that y'all are here with me today because today I'm going to show you how to go from being an amateur on presentations to going full level pro Hermosi style presentations. So, um, I'm going to share my screen real quick. And this is something that is going to apply to all of you that are doing webinars, doing sales calls, XYZ, like whatever I'm saying. And now let me pull this screen up real quick so we can all jump into the presentation. And let me click this. Okay. And while I'm getting this up, drop a 1 in the chat if going from amateur to pro presentations, if that would be supportive to you. Drop a 1 in the chat if that would be supportive for you. So let me share screen. Oh, shit. Nope. Sorry, guys. Wrong screen. Okay, 1 second. Bear with me. Da, 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 da.
Come on
Sweet.
now.
I'm seeing a bunch of ones. And okay, cool. We're here. Let's go, y'all. So welcome to how to instantly upgrade your virtual presentations to go from Zoom Fumbles to Seamless Pro. You see how fucking long that just took me? And sometimes your settings not right, all these different things. And once again, in this case, it's fine. But if you just spend $10,000 on ads and you have a bunch of people that don't know you and you're fumbling through stuff, well, you probably see a bunch of people dropping off. And for every person that drops off, you're losing $8 to $10 a lead, costing you money, real money over time. Now, let's compare that to essentially this. What's up, everyone? Excited to have you all here today with me. Today, we're going to jump into how to instantly upgrade your virtual presentations to go from Zoom Fumble to Seamless Pro. And I really want to, so you know, whatever I would say, and then go into the presentation. But you see how a second ago, while I was looking for shit, I had to literally just, okay, instead of being silent, try to engage in the chat, right? Dropping 1 in the chat, and I had to like use filler space. But in this case, I mean, I can instantly just go straight into the presentation, and if I wanted to do music, I could do music with the Stream Deck, but no delay, and I'm able to go through it no problem. So real quick, I want to pause. Who would benefit? Like, drop a 5 in the chat if being able to go from no looking for shit and just you click a button, it's instantly there. If that would be supportive to you, I just want to see in the chat. Boom, 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 boom. Paul, I know tomorrow you're probably not going to be able to do this, but I'll show you here in a second. And I have a Notion doc that is a full SOP on this. And then obviously all of you have access to AI. So see, yeah, the entire room, 1, 1, 1. I mean, 5, 5, 5, 5. Laura, we got a 10. So yeah, like if everyone's already making money, y'all are just going to make more money when you implement something like this. Um, so back to this, why does this matter, right? So each of you is an authority in your own respective arena. You're an authority, and your tech should match that, right? So I know you can, you can still build a $10+ million company like this. And I'm actually using an additional camera, so from a webcam. You don't need fancy, but each of you, you are a pro at what you do, and what could you do? How could you implement technology like this to, go pro status? So you go kind of more like Cristiano compared to the little adorable child. Um, and then first impressions, right? So I do a lot of webinars. I have 100+ webinars under my belt, and first impressions are key. So if people don't know you, you're going to lose trust, credibility. The engagement's going to go down. Like I said, my business partners, they pick people in high peak state of mind and energy. And then the second that they have to do anything tech wise, it basically, not every time, but there's a plethora of times I'm telling you, it's been like level 10, all of a sudden level 1, and that webinar didn't perform. So it will cost you a lot of money if you don't implement things like this. And then since this is a little bit hard to see, I think we all saw Hermosi do $105 million from a webinar. This is the exact framework or his exact scene. Do not scan this QR code. I'm not selling y'all anything. This is just to show y'all. But this right here, obviously the presentation still goes. But when you do stuff like this, like I handle the Q&A for most of the webinars. So we do the webinars, my business partners do their thing, I do demo, they do the pitch, and then I do Q&A. So what if moving forward, all my Q&As, I'm just like this. I can do whatever I want to my camera, but I can have a recap of the offer in their face. It takes at least 7 times for someone, and Paul, since you're reading One to Many by Jason Fladlin, I think he talks about this in his book, but it takes at least 7 times for someone to see an offer before they buy. Obviously, you're going to have like the warm traffic that will say yes, but as Joe shared, 97% of buyers need more time. So if in my Q&A, and I learned this from Flatlin as well, stay in Q&A for longer. Sometimes my Q&A is twice the length of my webinars. So now my Q&A is moving forward. And I'll have next week, I'll give you all a full case study on this, but next week when I do Q&A, I'll do probably an hour and a half to 2.5 hours of Q&A, and I'm just going to have this screen up. So the offer's in their face. I found that by giving my number, you can have a business number if you want. I'm getting into webinar stuff, but I found that by just giving a phone number, and Hermosi did it for calling if you had any issues. But I find that giving a phone number close way more deals. And I just close via text. It's a $5,000 offer, and I close it via text on my webinars. But sometimes I forget to give my number. So now moving forward, when I do Q&A, I'm just going to be right here. My number is going to be in their face. The offer is going to be the countdown. They can scan the QR code, and the recap is right in front of them. And this is literally just a scene, y'all. So this is how you implement this into your business, into your processes, if you want to use something like this. It requires OBS Studio. It's a free software. My Notion document, and I'll share that with you all here in a little bit, but my Notion document has all the links and the SOP behind this. That is what is allowing me to do, these are different scenes, right? So these are all scenes. And then the physical device, you buy it on Amazon or from their website. It's called the Stream Deck. I have the XL. What you see on the screen is the XL. You have, I think, 32 buttons. You can program them. You can put folders inside of buttons and do whatever you want. Unlimited customization with both of these tools. And this is what it looks like. Let me just go to OBS real quick and hide my face so I'm not blocking a key thing. So boom. So this is OBS, right? So it has your scene. And if you look over here, I'll do it right here. Yeah. So here's the scene. So you can create as many scenes as you want. As I shared, these are different scenes, right? So you can create as many scenes as you want. And then inside of a scene, you add your camera, slides, a background, whatever you want to add. It gives you uh, what I've seen pretty much endless options of what you want to add. There's a plugin store that you can add more different features. Um, and once again, the use cases for this could be webinars, YouTube lives. Everyone that was at the September event, what was it, June? Was it June, Gus, when Taki um, presented?
Uh,
June. Yeah,
last, last 20.
that's what inspired me. This is like when I saw Taki do that, I was like, holy shit, like I use an iPad all the time. How is he doing this? And that was, my inspiration for learning this stuff. Sales calls, if you're doing sales calls, as I shared for me, in my own authentic way, I don't usually use slides. I just use my iPad in free flow and then jump into tech. Um, but that's, added an extra 150 ARR. And then for private coaching, I do coaching calls for the people inside of our platform. My coaching calls are much better now because they visually see things and allows me to, just serve them better. So that's at the OBS level. And then go here, the Stream Deck. So the Stream Deck is twofold. You buy the physical device and it comes with a little software. The software is where you program these buttons to whatever you want them to do. And then you have a physical device. So mine's just in reaching distance, and I'm able to just click it seamlessly and able to go to whatever scene I want. Do you recommend including iPad into the mix? I do. If you use iPad, like this is my iPad right here. So I would highly recommend if you do anything with an iPad, put that into the mix, because all you got to do is just connect your iPad to your computer. And in the Notion doc, I go through that, how that setup is, but it's just your QuickTime player and your iPad. But yeah, the Stream Deck, that's the only thing you have to buy. But once again, it'll just make this entire process much, much better. And then here's the Notion doc for anyone that wants to scan that. I'm also just going to put it in the chat, and we can open up for just convo, Q&A. And I know Ivano's in the, fuck, did I say your name right? Ivano. Yep. I know he's here as well, and he has more experience than I do on this. But yeah, just wanted to give you all some gold and hopefully, upgrade all of your presentations so you make more money and you impact more people.